Hey everyone, welcome back to winter term 2023. This is sustainable engineering. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the class. This will be a short little introduction video to the class and kind of Blackboard and how it will operate. It's all an online class. I'm here on campus for all my other classes, so this is the only online one that I have. So feel free to stop in, and if you have questions or you need to work on anything with me, feel free to catch me. I'm here Monday through Thursday on campus. So just ask me and I'll let you know what my exact hours are. This is our book. It's not phenomenal. Fortunately, it's kind of cheap. We will use portions of it, not all of it. So it's very academic. Hard to find a book for sustainable engineering, really hard to find. But we will go through some of the chapters. We'll go through that first chapter. So you can start reading about the introduction to sustainability. And we will go through chapter 4, the green materials. And we will also do some of the design for sustainability. I'm not going to use a lot of what they have in there. It's very academic. But then the case studies are interesting. So we will use the book off and on. The class is all about understanding how sustainability is used in engineering, like life cycle analysis, that kind of stuff. And then also the study of our current renewable energies. So out of the class, you'll get information about wind, solar, geothermal, hydro, all of the very common renewables that are hitting the market and going to be impacting your work and career. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do a new share right now to Blackboard and talk a little bit about that. So most of you know how I set it up. Excuse me. I'm going to set it up week by week. I'm going to give you the student view so you can kind of see what it looks like from your perspective. It'll just be week by week. I'm going to kind of run it Monday, Wednesday. Hopefully I don't get off of that schedule, but the calendar is going to be the primary way that you focus on what's coming up and what will be next. So all the classes shouldn't show up like they just did for me. You should just see this. I'm in student view now. So you can see we have a little welcome video here and we have lab 1. So those are the things that you should then search out. Those are typically going to be due by the next Wednesday. So we'll go Monday, Wednesday, and then we'll have quizzes on Friday. Kind of the same schedule as statics if you're in statics. So you'll have a little bit to do each Monday, each Wednesday, and then a little quiz on Fridays. If I go to the home page and I look at week 1, I should be able to see the days, Monday and Wednesday. I might have a Friday on here also. The video will show up here, the welcome video that I'm making right now. But if I look at Monday, let's just go through this because I'm loading some old stuff. Like here's an old sustainability lecture. I may have you watch that. I may not. Like I just couldn't load old stuff. You can watch it if you want. Look for current lectures. I'll try to put dates on my lectures so you know they're current. The syllabus is here, and I'll just be honest with you, I haven't gone over that syllabus, so I need to make sure that it's all accurate. But I think it is. And you know, information about Blackboard, that's an old video. I have a date here. You can see that it's old, but if you're wondering about Blackboard more than this gives you, you could watch that. But if you scroll down, there should be like a lab 1. So I don't see it. It is this introduction to sustainable engineering MSU lecture that I want you to watch and then submit some answers to some questions. So let's just look for those. That would be in the lab submission area. And here's lab 1. So it's kind of your job to search things out. I would use the calendar as your primary tool to keep track of things. So when you see something on the calendar, lab 1, for instance, then you should search for it. It typically will be in that week. Really, it should be in here. I should have had a little more note on this MSU lecture that I want you to watch. But then the other spot to go look for it is in the submission area. So that's where I went, and there it was, lab 1. So it says, after watching the MSU video on sustainability, finding your own video on sustainability, answer these 2 questions. So there's the 2 questions, okay? So that's kind of how the class will operate. Use the calendar as your this will not happen to you. This is just happening to me. Use the calendar as your primary tool to see what's coming up. Try not to miss anything. And then if you have questions, obviously reach out to me. So email works. The quiz and exam submission area is for quizzes like this quiz 1. It'll come available on Friday, and then you'll submit it here. And this is really a journal. So yeah, I can't do it in this student preview mode, but you'll be able to create a journal and then submit your quiz, right? And then normal submissions are in this thing called the discussion board. I just have relabeled it lab submission. So you do have to do a mandatory attendance posting by the 12th, please. And that information was in week 1, Monday, day 1, and it was right here. So that I'm looking for a specific posting for your attendance. I just want to learn a little more about you. So please do that. And then I'll get this lecture uploaded, and that'll be pretty much what we do for today, Monday the 9th. And then on Wednesday, you're going to start into watching a online movie, essentially, about the story of electricity, because one of the first things we study is just our electrical impact that we have on this planet and our consumption. So that's it. That's the first thing. So sustainability I'll try to keep it as engineerish as I can. In other words, I'm not really interested in a debate over climate change. So, I mean, we will talk about climate change because the climate is changing. Whether you believe that's human impacted or not, that's totally up to you. But the fact of the matter is the climate is changing, and we can either choose to address it and work with it or not, regardless of why it's changing. A warming planet is not a good thing. So my opinion is the same as the homeless crisis. We have a homeless crisis, whether that is created by Republicans or Democrats, I don't care. We have a homeless problem and it should be dealt with. So I'm interested in solving that problem, regardless of what's creating it. I don't think it's Republicans and I don't think it's Democrats, but I do think it's social systems. But climate change is the same way. It's easy to see very basic data that climate is changing, and that the warming of the planet is a bad thing for humans. So why not try to address it and help the problem? So there we go. First thing is we're just going to do some definitions. We're going to define sustainability and kind of understand that. And then we're going to go into electricity, because electricity is huge on our planet. It's very valuable and misunderstood by most of us. So as an engineer, we should understand electricity, how it is developed, how it is stored, and then also how it can be managed. So there you go. Read chapter 1. That's a little bit on sustainability. Do the lab 1, and I will produce another little lecture on Wednesday. And we have begun our online sustainable engineering course. So thank you. I will have you do a little introduction video, so be prepared for that. It'll probably be week 2, because I want to see your face and I want to know more about you. All right. Take care.